There is a quote by Robert Anton Wilson that I think about every day. He said, under the present and primitive conditions on this planet, every person that you meet should be regarded as one of the walking wounded. We have never seen someone not slightly deranged by anxiety or grief. We have never seen a totally sane human being. In my own derangement, I've learned how hard it can be to stay tethered to the present moment, especially when the present is something you feel like facing the least. Grief becomes something akin to a spontaneous tour guide of a life that you no longer feel you are living. It can take you to the back seat of a Mercury Sable in 1995, where you first heard the rip of a Velcro seal, and out from a CD wallet came the album that would become a part of you after hearing it. A glance out the window reminds you of every Christmas spent draping the house and the front yard in lights, and the tears that welled up when they eventually came down. Setting out the garbage can and waving to a neighbor conjures uneventful Saturdays, the ones that smell like copper tone and cut grass, those sepia-toned summer days that convinced you nothing could disrupt the serenity of being tucked into this neighborhood and putting another year of work into an American dream. At any point of any given day, you are spontaneously reminded of contented weeknight dinners, front seat confessional sessions on the drive home, or the sound of their laughter, and how the house in your life will always feel emptier without it. When people see you, they don't always see the derangement Wilson described. They don't see that you are never not grieving, even on days where it's easier to carry, but you still couldn't begin to articulate the ease any more than you could the pain. A day of just getting by can look like moving on to someone who is, in all likelihood, in the midst of their own derangement and not able to pay close enough attention. A trip to the grocery store might seem ordinary enough to the casual observer. What people don't see is the unfamiliar wasteland you feel yourself roaming as you glance down each aisle, hopeful to spot the person you lost and be snapped back into a life that makes sense. It's a lot like getting sick as a kid and being told that if you're well enough to play video games, you're well enough to go to school. In a society built to value productivity, the sick day analogy translates into the assumption that if you're not so depressed and depleted by the loss that you're able to get out of bed in the morning, then you must be recovered enough to rejoin society and resume the grind. But the walking wounded never heal completely. The most that we can do is see the invisible wounds and make a conscious effort to give ourselves and each other some grace. For me, I will do as Hemingway once observed, and write hard and clear about what hurts.